Hello explorers, it's me again, Jerry. Welcome back to my channel where we explore anything and everything and see what happens while out and about with me. Today I want to have another random convo. It is September, Recovery Awareness Month. So I wanted to touch up on addiction and what that looks like, what it's defined as, and what you can do to cope. So addiction is when someone gives up everything for one thing. But recovery is when that person gives up that one thing for everything. So I'm here to highlight what recovery can look like, most importantly on addiction, and what it could potentially look like for you. So recently I lost my nephew and it was unfortunate. We miss him dearly. He made some bad choices in his life, but he left his legacy behind because of his good heart. The memories that people will have of him is because of the genuine person that he was. He was unapologetic for anything that he did, but the one thing he always did show was the love and support for others and people he was around with. And he always took the time to tell you, I love you. So from me to you, I love you all too, explorers. So continue to do good work out there for yourselves and stay positive. But most importantly, as my nephew would say, stay sexy. Anyway, with addiction, it can come in many shapes and forms, whether it is drug addiction, alcohol, gambling, sex, shopping, eating. Addiction can be a plethora of things. What happens is when these people who are addicts need this one thing 24 hours a day, like they can't do without it, that is what addiction looks like. But where does it stem from? Think about it. I'm going to wake you all up now. Coping. It's a coping skill. We all go through the hustles and bustles of life, and we all find ways to cope. How do you cope? Everybody's different. When you light that cigarette, you're coping. When you drink that alcoholic beverage, you're coping. When you are placing that bet, you're coping. When you are impulse shopping, you're coping. It can look like anything out there that it would look like normalcy. We all cope. I cope through hiking and exercise. That's what I like to do to cope. And all of you guys know I do that a lot. But the thing is, when you cope too much is what can lead to addiction. So if you're smoking that cigarette a little bit too often than normal, you could potentially become an addict. When you are drinking a little bit more than normal, again, you could be on that way to addiction. I'm just trying to help you guys recognize what those things look like so that you guys can help yourself. So if you find yourself coping, that's fine. Everybody asks, was my nephew a drug addict? I can honestly say, based on the definition I just told you now, no. He used it to cope. He didn't want to deal with anything that was happening to him in the moment and used. I didn't see him go out hustling for it. I didn't see him stealing from people and wanting to get it right off the hand, because that just wasn't him. When you guys drink, when you guys smoke, when you guys gamble and all of that, if it's just for recreation, that's fine. But when you guys do it a little bit too often, you are stressed out over something, which could possibly lead to overcoping, which leads to addiction. So when you guys start to recognize that, then you guys can help yourself. Now, from the ones that have to deal with the ones with addiction, what does it look like for them? It is unfortunate because it affects everybody. And if you don't know how to take care of yourself, you can't take care of the addict. The only thing that I can tell you to do, and it's what I've done, is let them be and love them from a distance, but yet still be there to support them when they come to you. Because in that moment, when they come to you, they need you. That's the time for you to talk to them, whether they want to listen to you or not. And if they shy away from you, don't force it. Let it go. Hopefully, whatever you were able to communicate with them with in that moment, it got to them. Because again, you cannot be worried about yourself if they are not willing to worry about themselves. So it's our harsh reality when it comes to addiction. We want to help them, but it's difficult when they're not willing to help themselves. So love them from a distance, but yet still continue to support them when they come to you in whatever way, shape, or form that you need it. Once you guys understand what addiction looks like and how you can identify things that would lead to it, and most importantly, what you can do for yourself to help an addict, then you should be on your road to recovery. Again, this is September Recovery Awareness Month. So let's all help recover ourselves and recover for the ones that need it, and just be there to support them no matter what. So my nephew has a friend, Kiko Pure Aloha, and he's doing a walk on the Big Island of Hawaii this coming Thursday on September 19th, 2024, in honor of my nephew and supporting, the recovery of drug addiction. He was a good friend of my nephew. They went to school together. Both of them did time. Both of them struggled, and they tried to make their way out of it. My nephew tried to do his best, but unfortunately, the addiction got the best of him, and he's no longer with us. But his friend Kekoa is still here and doing wonders for himself and for his new family. And his family is also growing extensively through his social media. So again, he is out there making a difference with what he knows addiction is all about, because he's coming from experience. So check him out, Kekoa Pure Aloha. And again, he'll be doing a walk in honor of my nephew on the Big Island of Hawaii on September 19, 2024. He'll be walking, doing the 25-mile walk from Kona Airport to Waikoloa Village. So if you guys are out there on the west side of the Big Island, go ahead and join him. I believe he will be starting early in the morning. So, hey, go out there and support him for a good cause. But until then, explorers, let's continue to explore anything and everything and see what happens while out and about with me. Let's wait.